Here.
Alderman Prince.
Here.
Alderwoman Armbruster.
Here.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Very good, thank you. Move for approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Takes us down to personal appearance. I believe the downtown St. Gen reps are here to address the board.
Hi. Hello. My name is Iggy, or Steven Zielinski. I own Iggy's Top Shop downtown, and I'm also the president of Downtown St. Gen. I'm here to represent Downtown St. Genevieve because we believe we need to be a little bit more active in the community as a whole from an administrative standpoint, mostly being that there's a lot of not only misinformation, but think people don't know things. People don't know what we do, and they don't just utilize the same channels we do. So I'm just here to give a generalized report, if that's all right. Moonlight Madness is this weekend. We have 15 businesses who are choosing to participate in that event, all of them giving discounts and being very happy that we can do some sort of event for St. Genevieve. We also have some other businesses like Ciro's, European Entitlements, Library Exchange, Rust, and Only Child Original, who are giving gift cards as prizes for this event, but are not participating due to a variety of reasons, most of which being the safety of their business. But we are encouraging all businesses to, practice whatever they'd like, and we're going to host these events to make sure our downtown area prospers as much as it can, especially during this time. The only other thing I'd like to report is that we are currently still working on the bike racks that we purchased in February. I have spoken with Gary at least once about Gary Roth, about when they can be put in, and as soon as we know more information about that, they will be there. But as of right now, does anyone have any questions about what Downtown St. John's is doing? Cool. So I intend to do this once a month just to give an update, as we are I think the only active event organization in that is also a 501c3 in the downtown area, and because of that, we're going to try to utilize that specific position to help the town as much as possible, and that starts with communication. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Moonlight Madness. When is that?
Moonlight Madness is this Friday between the hours of 5 and 8. Tomorrow night. Yeah. Everyone, if anyone's watching, if anyone has you'll be getting your maps tomorrow morning.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you very much. Takes us to the city administrator's report.
I don't have anything to add except for today's storm activity. I think everybody was kind of pretty aware of what happened with the storm that went through today. If anybody has any questions about my report, I can answer any questions.
Do you have any streets that were not passable during that time?
Yeah, we had, you look asking for tree limbs or flooding. We had a number of areas that were flooded along Main Street, Washington Avenue. Even if you're driving down Market in some areas that hadn't normally flooded, they were overrun with water. People were still getting through, but we did have to block off a few streets. I think we also blocked off down on Main Street by Gabourey, the South Creek. Everything else with the trees, Public Works is out as quickly as possible to try to clear all that out and get the streets open.
Right.
How was the basement?
It got flooded. The water, it was stretching back towards that pit. We're going to have to probably dig a channel. We will not be able to utilize that for the armory. We'll have to run that water into that pit. Then that should take care of the water problem. I didn't see any water anywhere else in the basement along the walls, the outside walls. It was just in that.
I think the pressure was coming up, it keeps oozing up through the floor.
It wasn't coming down, and you don't see any water stains on the walls. It's just what's coming up under the floor. So I'm not sure where it's getting the pressure from, but that did come in that way.
So we'll look a little more into Plan B with the armory?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Thank you.
One question on the water billing and stuff. With going to the paper over the postcard type of thing, I mean, will that add postage cost or?
It'll add postage cost. You get kind of an offset what I hope to do is eventually include a newsletter in there, and then that way we can increase the communication, and you can only do that with the letter type of billing. But I want to look at getting that, switching to that, because postcards, everybody's going away from it. They work fine, but we're doing all the work here. We can end up saving staff time by having someone else do the printing, and they can do it quickly. They'll have the folding machines. They can get it mailed out from whatever business that is that we would choose. So yeah, there's going to be some increased cost, but I think it offsets what our staff is having to do.
I also noticed that Alliance was up helping our street crew clear some of the limbs and trees. I think that was a pretty good deal.
What's funny is Steve and I talked about that today in case something would happen where they'd be able to help us, and sure enough, the storm came through. And, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all.
Right. I'm good.
You good?
Good. I got all my talking to come.
But
to
you
the
had a lot of
session.
flooding since you become city administrator. I don't understand it.
I'm not going to tell you my history.
No, okay. That'll take us to staff reports. Toby?
I don't know about.
You have my report that I won't be reading the whole thing of. On the Saturdays in St. John program, mentioned some of the musical entertainment that we'll have in various weekends. We're also working with the entities, National Park Service, Missouri State Parks, FCA, and the Foundation for Restoration on a possible pop-up event in August with some other entities as well, including the community center and the library also. So we'll have some details on that hopefully in early August. The state grant program mentioned here, the marketing matching grant, has been suspended until January 1st, but they have announced details of the Show Me Strong grant program, and they will have a webinar on that tomorrow afternoon that'll include some more details that we'll be finding out about in terms of how to get some state assistance for marketing, and it's going to include messaging related to the coronavirus. Let's see, Iggy mentioned the Moonlight Madness event on Friday. The German band will be out at the Pergola playing that evening from 6 to 8. And then we had our first Tourism Tax Commission meeting that I was a part of on Tuesday this week. Had some good ground that we covered with some projects we want to do in terms of signage for the water park area, and possibly doing some email marketing in the future as well. Anybody have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Toby. Thank you. Keith?
Good evening.
Good evening, Jim.
How is everybody?
Well, good, you?
Again, you have my report. I don't have a whole lot to report. We were busy this afternoon like everybody else. I think we were lucky in that we didn't have any reports of any injuries or anything like that. A lot of property damage. A lot of people are going to need some help. So anybody in the community that has some free time and wants to come volunteer, I'm sure there's plenty of work out there that can be done. So far as I know, everything's rolling right along. We did relaunch our Facebook page begrudgingly, but if anybody has any information, if we have anything pertinent that we feel like the public needs to know, we will certainly put that out and respond to any messages that are sent there. Anybody have any questions? All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Steve, you're up.
Evening, everyone. Spent most of the afternoon, like Bob said, trimming trees and clearing roads with the street department. We did make our rounds on our facilities first. All our lift stations, one was without power. The generator picked up the power. It just wasn't online power. All facilities received no damage, so we're all good there. You guys have my report. It's noted in there that we've been working with Cochrane in the projects for the water line project for 2020. Ryan is here from Cochrane as well. If anybody has any questions about the water line project. Anybody have any questions about the report?
Do all the lift stations have that generator back up?
Not all lift stations have generators permanently at their site, but they all have plugs where a mobile generator can be located to it.
Steve, your computer that failed, while you're waiting on a new computer to come in, is there any issue?
New computer's installed.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's the SCADA computer. That's the one that runs all the electronics at the water plant.
Was it down at any point for an extended period of time?
It was down, and then we got it going again. It was down, and we got it going again, off and on for a few days. And they overnighted a new computer.
Okay.
They keep them in stock, and they build them as soon as they get the phone call.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Any committee reports? Sure, Joe? Yep. Okay. There's nothing from planning and zoning. I see, Ashley, I've seen some emails today with Nick on the, you guys settling in? I know you were trying to settle in for these posters and stuff.
So, this coming Tuesday, the 28th, is our next park board meeting. Nick with Gundy Park Planning messaged us today saying that they're about 75% done on the planning for our Pierre Marquette. They're just looking for avenues to get large format printing done for these plans, if anybody has
We're working on it.
some resources.
Yeah, we're working on it.
But other than that, nothing too much to update as of yet.
One of the things I noticed is that you were kicking around having that meeting here. So if that happens, getting that information out, if somebody wants to come to that meeting.
Yeah, I mean, we have the Facebook page, so we can get it
Okay.
out through there, and then it would be on the agenda that gets posted to
Super.
whoever, so.
Okay. All right. Is there any public comments? Now's the time. If there are no public comments, we'll look at the consent agenda.
Sorry, I have one.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
We just,
What's your name?
my name is Abigail Kern, I'm sorry. And we had just heard the project down by Audubon's that Jim Ferguson is attempting to get approval for an RV facility down there. We heard some murmurings that some people didn't approve, and we just kind of took it upon ourselves to draft a letter of support, and we collected signatures from businesses downtown. And I'm not going to read the letter because I don't know if it's pertinent, but it just shows that we support it, and we wanted to make that show of support for Jim Ferguson and this new development. So I don't know who I hand this to. It's just signatures and letter.
Anyone else? Jim?
Well, I wasn't going to, but this is the first I heard of the letter. So just to let you know, we still are on target to present to you at the next board meeting a CAD drawing of our project. That will show beautification, the things that we're going to do. Again, what we plan, and hopefully it will be approved, is going to be a first-class RV park. We're not sure the number could, at first we were talking about individual, then we talked about going through drive-through, where these large RV campers would park, spend the night, and then drive straight through. But if we're going to do beautification, it's kind of hard to have a drive-through, and so we're looking at maybe some type of retaining wall with either fencing, shrubbery, trees, or something to kind of hide as much as we can off of our paved part of it down into the gravel part. We're still looking at a lot of different things, but we will be ready to present to you our drawings of what we have. We've already got the rules and regulations. That's ready to go, so that'll be presented at the next meeting. That I think it's the second Thursday in August, I believe, is when we were on the agenda. But anyway, I didn't realize that Iggy and the Downtown Renewal was doing that, and I wasn't going to say anything, but I applaud what they're doing. So.
Was not Downtown Renewal. This was just me as a private business owner.
Oh, it was? Okay, well, thanks.
Different individuals as private business owners.
Okay.
I have to make that as clear as possible.
Okay, all right, thanks. And again, I just read it this evening. So, but anyway, I just want to let you know we still are on track to present to the board our drawings. And if you have any other questions on what we're trying to do, feel free. Talking to Mike Fowler tonight, Mike's Herb Fowler's son, and he's kind of proxy to Herb. So what we're going to do is we're going to maybe have a meeting down at the Audubon's, and anybody would like to attend, we could walk you through our project, how we're going to have it laid out, and kind of show you what we think that we want to present to the board and how it's all going to be laid out. So again, probably before the next meeting that we're scheduled at, we'll like to get an open discussion at the Audubon's and take people over and show them our plans on what we'd like to do. So, all right, thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Now we'll look at the consent agenda and
Move approval.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Very good, thank you. So at 6:16, we will have a public hearing. The mayor and the Board of Aldermen of City of St. Genevieve, Missouri will hold a public hearing to consider requests from Jane and Dustin Martin for a special use permit that will allow guest lodging at 288 South Main, St. Genevieve, Missouri, 63670. The property is currently located in an R2 General Residential District. You want to come to the podium and talk about that? Everybody got information on this project.
Good. I'm Janie Martin. This is my husband, Dustin Martin. This is our second Airbnb. They're right next to each other if you're not familiar with the area. Our first one is the Cozy Haven. We bought like a one-bedroom, one-bath little house. We thought we'd give it a try. We've had over 60 guests so far since a year ago. Wow. We've had people from Russia, United Kingdom. We have people from California right now staying. France. It's just really interesting. So they all want to know what fun things to do in town, so we say go to the Audubon's, go for a good meal, go see the shops, go to the restaurants, go to the water park. We represent all you guys as a community. And they love the wine country, they love the trolley, they love everything about visiting. They think it's a little gem. I mean, they're just so impressed by our little town. It makes you feel so good. So our second one is the Dove's Nest, and we're probably about 90% done. We have some preliminary pictures for you to look at, and hoping to get that going hopefully next month and get a list on Airbnb. Any questions?
It looks good. I want to buy there.
Thank you.
It's a great improvement in the neighborhood too.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. Is there any other questions? Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
David?
Yes, sir.
We need a report from you to summarize this part of the hearing.
Okay.
For our attorney.
You have the staff report that I gave you, the recommendation from Planning and Zoning, and then in addition to that, the Martins sent some pictures and a letter to the board yesterday, and I forwarded that to you for your consideration. Any questions for me? Time.
Close the public hearing at 6:19, Joe. Why are you looking at me? It takes us to old business. Bill number 4372, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with St. Genevieve County for the purposes of providing COVID-19 funding available under the CARES Act for eligible reimbursements expenses.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a roll call, please.
Alderman Smith?
Yes.
Alderwoman Johnson?
Yes.
Alderman Donovan?
Yes.
Alderman Jokers?
Yes.
Alderman Eidman? Alderman Rainey?
Yes.
Alderman Prince?
Yes.
Alderwoman Armbruster?
Yes.
8 yes, 0 no's. Bill number 4372 now becomes ordinance 4296.
Thank you. Takes us to bill number 4374, an ordinance amending the City of St. Genevieve Code of Ordinance, Chapter 405, zoning regulations as set forth below.
Motion to approve.
Oh, second.
Have a roll call, please.
Alderwoman Armbruster.
Yes.
Alderman Prince.
Yes.
Alderman Rainey.
Yes.
Alderman Eidman.
Yes.
Alderman Jokers.
Yes.
Alderman Donovan.
Yes.
Alderwoman Johnson.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
8 yes, 0 no's. Bill number 4374 now becomes ordinance 4297.
Thank you. Takes us to new business, Bill number 4377, an ordinance of the City of St. Genevieve authorizing the mayor to enter into agreement with CE Contracting Incorporated of St. Genevieve, Missouri for the water main improvements, Project 20-8099, in the amount not to exceed $414,956.
Paul, I've got a question on that.
Yes, sir.
For Steve. Whenever we go back in, to fill that back in, is that going to be concrete or blacktop?
It'll be asphalt.
Yeah, okay. I think that's much improvement.
Yeah.
That's it. Motion to approve?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Takes us to Bill number 4378, an ordinance approving a bid proposal from Marzuko Electric Incorporated, St. Genevieve, Missouri for LED lighting and fixtures for the firehouse in the amount not to exceed $8,421.25 and amending the capital improvements fund budget number 70.
Motion to approve?
All in favor?
Aye.
Takes us to Bill number 4379, an ordinance approving a special use permit for Janie and Dustin Martin that will allow guest lodging at 288 South Main Street.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Is there any other business? Joe?
Is there any urgency on the fire department request that we need a second reading?
Chief didn't say anything. I mean, if you want to go ahead and move forward on it, it just means we get it done quicker.
Well, I know he's been working on it for quite a while.
Go ahead.
Motion for a second reading on bill number 4378.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance approving a bid proposal from Marzuko Electric Incorporated, St. Genevieve, Missouri for LED lighting and fixtures for the firehouse, the amount not to exceed $8,421.25, and amending the capital improvements fund budget number 70.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Have a roll call, please.
Alderman Jokers.
Yes.
Alderman Donovan.
Yes.
Alderwoman Johnson.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Alderwoman Armbruster.
Yes.
Alderman Prince.
Yes.
Alderman Rainey.
Yes.
Alderman Eidman.
Yes.
8 yes, 0 no's. Bill number 4378 now becomes ordinance 4298.
Thank you very much.
Is there a time frame on water lines? Was there a time frame on the water line as far as contract and start and finish?
So, I mean, whenever we approve, CE's ready to start work. But what they'll have to do is order, they'll have to wait until we read it the second time, they'll have to order the equipment and order all the parts, and then get started.
Is that something we need to do?
They could get the materials coming 3 weeks sooner.
So what's the time frame on the whole project?
90 days.
Make a motion for a second reading?
Second.
Might as well.
So second reading of bill number 4377?
79. Oh, no. Yeah.
77.
77?
Yep.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Bill number 4377, an ordinance of the City of St. Genevieve authorizing the mayor to enter an agreement with the CE Contracting Incorporated of St. Genevieve, Missouri for the water main improvements project, 20-8099, the amount not to exceed $414,956.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a roll call, please.
Alderman Eidman.
Yes.
Alderman Rainey.
Yes.
Alderman Prince.
Yes.
Alderwoman Armbruster.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Alderwoman Johnson.
Yes.
Alderman Donovan.
Yes.
Alderman Jokers.
Yes.
8 yes, 0 no's. Bill number 4377 now becomes ordinance 4299.
Thank you. Under communication, I need to appoint a joint levy commission members, two members from the board.
Yes.
Gary?
I mean, I'll do it.
Very good. Gary and Jeff? Duly noted.
You nominate them and the board has to approve them.
Oh.
Oh,
So you got a motion?
Motion to approve Jeff and Gary.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Just an all in favor vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Welcome aboard. Is there any other business?
Actually,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I just drove back today from attending the MIRMA annual meeting, and I know that that is far in the future, but I did want to mention that I attended and got some great information. I'm going to definitely talk to Happy about it in the near future. They've also formed a health insurance pool that I would like for us to at least look into and consider. It looks like it has been very popular, even though it's only in its first year. So I just wanted to mention that.
Good. Appreciate that.
I'm not sure. It was a very general overview, and I told Matthew I'd be in touch for more information.
Is there any other business? If there's no other business, I will call this meeting adjourned. Then we're going to go on to the